Hello everyone, and welcome to our online 783 Qualitative Cross-Cultural Research Methods class. So as you go ahead and review the course purpose and the course rationale for this class in your own time. In terms of the course objectives, one of the main things to remember in this class is that this course is geared towards helping you understand what qualitative research is and how do you apply qualitative research in order to answer questions on cross-cultural social work practice areas. So one of the things that you will be doing in order to understand qualitative research and apply qualitative research is that you will be conducting your own research study for this class from start to finish. So that will involve selecting your own research topic, identifying what are the key research questions that you want to answer about that research topic. You will then go ahead and design a study. You will collect data, qualitative data for the study by conducting interviews with select participants, about 3 to 5 participants for the class. And then you will be analyzing the data from those interviews and finally writing up your final report on what you have found in the study. And if it sounds like a lot, then don't worry about it. It does sound a little overwhelming to start with, but the course is laid out sequentially in a step-by-step way, where if you keep to task every week and you are following everything that you are supposed to finish every week, then you will be well on your way to completing all the associated tasks of the class. Another important thing to remember is that all the assignments of the class and most of your discussion board posts and your readings and your class lectures will all be geared towards helping you conduct your research study. So they are there to complement your main learning objectives, which is learning how to describe and apply methods of qualitative and cross-cultural research in order to conduct your own study. I will be going into each of the aspect and each of the expectations as we sort of move along every week, but that is to give you a broad overview of what to expect in terms of what you'll be doing for the rest of the semester. In terms of the required readings or text for this class, this right here is a typo. It's not 2008, it's the 2017 copy of Paget's Qualitative Methods in Social Work Research, which is the 3rd edition of the book that you will be requiring as a textbook. For week 1, I will be providing you with a copy of the first chapter of the book, which is your assigned reading. But then moving forth, having your own copy of the required of the textbook will be very helpful because we'll be relying on it every week. In addition to that, you are not expected to purchase or procure any other additional reading material for this class. It will be provided to you via Blackboard each week. In terms of your ADA disclosure and accommodation requests, it is important to know that I am not made aware of students with accommodations unless you reach out to me and you tell me about any accommodation needs that you might have, and I am in that case send me the accommodation letter that you have. I'm happy to work with you if we need to meet at the beginning of the semester and then check in throughout the rest of the semester to make sure that you are on track. I will absolutely be happy to do that and work with you. In terms of the assignments, as you will see, the first 25% or a quarter of the class grade is dedicated towards class participation. Now, since this is an online class, class participation will be through your participation in VoiceThread will be your participation through commenting on VoiceThread presentations and class lectures. Your class participation will be through responding to discussion board posts and timely submission of your discussion board posts and response posts. For the very first assignment that is due at the end of week 1, which is due on the September 1st, is your City and HIPAA training certificates. And for that, you will find the instructions on how to complete the City and HIPAA training both at the end of the syllabus as well as when you go under assignments. And then the rest of these assignments, so your subjectivity, research paper, your oral presentation, and your final paper, they are all geared towards helping you conduct your main research study. And the idea is that you will be dividing up your main research study in chunks throughout the semester, and you'll have a chance to receive feedback and make any changes based on that. Now, the discussion board posts for that count towards your class participation grade will also be mostly geared towards your main research project. So make sure you review all the policies and the guidelines around grading, around student outcomes, especially in terms of the CSWE competency assessment, course structure, and academic integrity, and so on and so forth. One important thing to note is that the best way to reach me is through email. I'm always happy to schedule calls as necessary, by appointment, and I try to respond to emails as fast as I can during the semester. So expect a response within about 24 hours of the study, of the email. If you do not hear from me within 2 business days, then please follow up and send me a reminder email. You're highly encouraged to do so, because I just have a large volume of email and sometimes I just miss emails. So I don't want you to be waiting for a response from me and while I have missed the email. So please go ahead and follow up. In terms of the class contents for this class, here is a broad overview of how the class is structured, what you will be covering each week. For more details on what the readings for each class are, or what the discussion board post requirements are, or what the VoiceThread comment requirements are, you will be going to course modules every week, clicking on your week, and then making sure that you review what are all the expectations, what are all the readings. So all the up-to-date information for each week of the class will be under course modules always. I highly recommend that you check the course modules twice in a week at least. So the beginning of the week, which is mostly when everything will be posted by Monday, and then also once during the week to make sure that you are tracking any updates that might happen. Another thing to remember is that the assignments for the class are going to be due on the Sunday of the class. So it will be due on, so a week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday, the following Sunday, and assignments are always due on the last day of the week. The discussion board posts and the other participation related activities may be due either on the Thursday, so the middle of the week, or on the Sunday, which is the end of the week, and that will always be posted on Blackboard. So make sure that you're always tracking and you know when what is due. If you have any questions about this, obviously feel free to reach out to me. And in terms of your assignments, here are the instructions for your HIPAA and City training. And there are also some instructions on what is expected in your subjectivity essay, your research paper 1, your final paper, and your oral presentation. But of course, as we go on in the weeks, I will be providing more information and more details on each of these, along with detailed guidelines ahead of time that can help you write your papers. So your research paper 1, for instance, will be the first part of your final paper, where you introduce the study, you talk about the key concepts in the study, the literature review, the gaps in the existing knowledge. And the final research paper, and then I will review your research paper 1, provide you with feedback, which you are then expected to integrate into your final research paper, which will build on research paper 1, and it'll add methodology, results, discussions, and implications sections. Your presentation, your oral presentation for the class will also be on your study, and this will provide you an opportunity to give a broad overview of your research project to all your peers and present what you found to all your peers in the class. That's what that is aimed at. So having said all that, make sure that you review this syllabus in details. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Make sure once you have watched this video, you've gone through the course introductions, you go through course modules, and you see what is expected from week 1. I wish you a very warm welcome to this class. I'm really looking forward to working with each of you, and thank you so much for being in this class, and I wish you a great week ahead.